Hey everybody, it's Craig with Smartphone Envy, and I'm here with today's smartphone news. Friday, July 29th, 2011. First up, Apple's next-gen iPhone was spotted on what looks to be a train from this photograph taken in San Francisco by an iPhone fanboy. The fanboy deduced from the brief encounter that the smartphone in question offered an Evo-sized display, had a slimmer profile than the current iPhone, along with the back offering curved tempered glass or plastic. He also said it was apparent that the man was trying to hide the device, and the device was just too amazing to be built by anyone other than Apple. This just in. The photo of the iPhone 5 does appear real based on new information just in from the scene. Apparently the man in the photo accidentally dropped the phone in question and it shattered into a million pieces. Next up, there's an app for that. From Stroke It comes their latest app called Jerk for those that have control issues with excessive masturbation. Jerk offers disturbing pictures to help control those time-wasting desires while keeping you focused on the current task at hand. Jerk is currently selling for $1.14, and here are some comments from recent reviewers. Jerk's at work. App works great. My boss noticed a difference. From Pull One for me. Does what it says, haven't jerked off in a week. And finally from Lives a Jerk, what am I going to do with all my KY? Next up, HTC's second quarter results. HTC continues their impressive proliferation by selling 12.1 million smartphones in quarter two. That's 124% year over year and 25% quarter over quarter growth rate. The greatest potential is Asia, where sales grew 260%. However, the US is still its biggest market, with the slowest growth seen in Europe. HTC managers said they were not considering using a single platform. However, they did acknowledge that Windows Phone 7 sales were disappointing, but reaffirmed their continued support for the Windows Phone 7 platform. Look for HTC to offer 6 to 8 new devices, both smartphones and tablets, in the second half of 2011, with the majority being Android smartphones. Next up, filed under taking one in the ass, at&t is expected to start throttling data users in September, just in time for the iPhone 5 launch. Verizon is also said to be on board with the throttling of greedy data users, and under an official plan from Verizon and rumored plan from at&t, the networks will likely slow your connection speed once you hit a certain limit in usage. Of course, Verizon says the throttling will only affect about 5% of their customers, just like their new tiered dating plans are saving us all money. Verizon's data revenues for quarter two this year were $5.8 billion, up $1.1 billion or 22.2% year over year, and represent 39.5% of all service revenues. at&t data revenues were up 23.4%, up $1 billion versus the year earlier quarter. With such poor second quarter results for both at&t and Verizon, I see their need to punish users by throttling back the data they're paying for, don't you? And finally, a number of viewers expressed their disappointment with the news that at&t's Galaxy S2 would be arriving stateside with a full slide-out keyboard. If you want a Galaxy S2 without a keyboard, don't want to wait, have money, and like at&t, I've got some great news for you. This is my Galaxy S2, which I've owned since the first week of May, and it works phenomenally well on at&t's 4G HSPA Plus network. The advantage of the Euro version, no at&t bloatware. You also get Samsung's full version of their TouchWiz 4.0 UI. Disadvantage, no dedicated search key, which is a hassle, but certainly not a deal breaker. If you're interested in the Galaxy S2, one place I'd recommend you check out is Overseas Electronics. I'll leave their URL at the description for you so you can check them out. And don't forget,